Hello and welcome to another episode of Texas Apartment Association Education Foundation and Industry Celebrities collaboration.
That's a mouthful.
TAAEF, y'all. Can you tell we're from Texas? Room to Grow podcast series. I am Kimberly Scott, also known as ThatKimberly, and I am here today with my special guest, Laura Lestus. Am I saying that right?
You are saying it right. Hello.
Hi, Laura.
Glad to be here, y'all.
Your all's draw is more than mine. So give the audience a little bit of background on yourself and how you started in the industry.
All that makes Laura.
Wow.
Where do I start?
Well, this is only a 30-minute podcast, so let's make that short. I'm just kidding.
I'll do my very best. Gosh, I started in the apartment industry 21 years ago. I was living at a community and I was at the time bartending in the service industry.
Where? Here in Houston?
Here in Houston.
Wow.
Any country bar that you ever
went to,
I was there. And my good friend, well, now she's my good friend, the regional and the property manager at the community
that you were living at the time?
That I was living at the time, I would say, hey, we have an owner visit coming. I need your help. Bring all your girls out. Come lay out at the pool because we don't want them to see
we want them to be nicely distracted.
Absolutely. We did our best.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago, though.
Yeah.
Things have changed.
Yes, they sure have. So that was your first stint of having interaction with someone in the apartment business.
Yes. And I fell in love with the staff there.
Mm-hmm.
We had a lot of fundraisers and did, service work. And I became good friends with the staff, and they brought me on as a part-time leasing agent. And that was the start of my multifamily career.
So you slowly moved your way out of the service industry, out of bartending and waiting tables, and got a quote unquote day job or real job. I was from the service industry as well. So I remember my first 8 to 5, Monday through Friday position.
It was great.
Yeah.
And then I was able to get out of bartending and have weekends off.
Yeah.
So I thought.
Yeah, real hours.
But that's when you make all your money.
Yeah.
So we just went uphill from there. Or downhill from there.
So you started as an on-site leasing person, and then how many years did you do that?
I was 7 years on-site with a management company, and we at the time had 13 properties in Houston.
Okay.
And they were depleting communities. So
selling them off
with every property up until the last community and sold and went and got my loan officer license.
Wow. Okay. So for a little while you did loan officering, and then from there you went to where?
Came straight back.
So that only lasted
6 months.
Okay.
Lasted
6 months. Okay.
Right. I had to come back. So many family members, and I say family members because they're friends that became family, drew me back in and worked doing marketing director and training for
another
management company.
Wow. Okay.
Did that for 2 years.
Uh-huh.
And then I was recruited
again
to sell it advertising. So I crossed over to the supplier side.
The bright side, I like to say. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Wow. That's definitely a very typical, I would say, not always, but it does happen quite often where people start on the management side and go into the supplier, the bright side, folks.
Right. And what I did learn being on site, I painted curbs.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Door frames. I worked on plumbing. So I learned a lot of very necessary skills.
Yeah.
Life skills working on site. So
whenever your husband is not around, you can get things done.
Hey, that's my job.
Okay, got it.
Do it right. You need a ceiling fan?
Yeah,
I got it.
Got it. Okay, that's a whole other podcast, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm sure you're not the only one that feels that about their husbands.
I know.
A honey-do list.
I'm the honey-do.
Yeah, there. That's awesome. So you got recruited to the supplier side, selling advertising. And then that was for how long, and where'd you go after that? Did you stay there, or did you get recruited again?
I stayed with Apartment Guide at the time.
And then what?
Then I was recruited by my friend Teresa Lamar.
Okay.
She was at the Liberty Group.
Shout out to
Shout
Teresa.
out,
Yay.
And that's my story, how I got to the Liberty Group. And it's been
And that's where you're at right now?
12 wonderful years.
Wow. So you're in the recruiting business.
Yes, ma'am. And, selling people, marketing people, recruiting people is difficult now.
Yeah.
Getting them to our industry is tough. So,
yeah. Well, that's why we got this podcast, so we can educate people. So talk to me a little bit about the difficulties you see, the misnomers you might hear from people that may or not be in the industry, because you recruit everyone. You don't just stick to multifamily.
Absolutely. There are so many transferable skills that you can learn. We need to market to our trades, trade schools. I'm not one to tell anybody not to go to college.
Yeah.
By any means.
Yeah.
However, not everybody's going to go to college.
Yeah. Or should, because that's just not the way they learn.
Right.
Yeah.
And trades are so important. Learn carpentry, electrician.
You learned on the job while you were leasing on site leasing, because you had to, right? It was like
I had no choice.
Yeah.
Growing up also. But there's so many skills that you can learn, the trade skills that are so necessary for our industry.
So that's how you go out and recruit. What have you found people that don't know about the industry when you tell them, hey, I work for the Liberty Group and this is what we do? Are they shocked? Do they even know what it means?
Unfortunately, they don't even really think about it. They're living in our communities.
Okay.
And I say, look at the paint on the walls, look at the baseboards, look at the carpet. That has to be done by somebody.
Yeah.
That's a skill that you can learn and put to work in our industry. I mean, so it's kind of eye-opening.
Yeah.
Once you point it out to them, and you can just take it from there.
What do you think is a big hurdle for people that if they didn't have you going out there to recruit them, what do you think the interviewee, the person, why do you think that we're not like of a first consideration, or why are they so shocked? So what's something that you hear out there?
9 times out of 10, they're happily surprised that they're finding out about a new opportunity. They just
never consider it.
Grow up thinking they want to work in our industry.
Yeah. We're trying to change that for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When I was on site, a lot of our maintenance teams had kids and they were raised in the industry, and then they brought them in. It's just not happening
like that anymore.
Yeah.
I've met a few people that have kids that grow up in the industry, not very many. And then I know where my mom, spent 30 years. She didn't want me to go and work at that company first. I had the opportunity, I could have, but she wanted me to go see something else first before I came back in, or,
Good for mom.
Okay. And maybe that's a part of it too. But yeah, spreading the word now that we have Facebook, I feel that there's more opportunity for us as an industry to be able to get out and find, and tell more people about us.
Absolutely.
For sure. So because you're coming from that recruiting world, what kind of avenues do you feel we have in multifamily for an individual?
I'm really looking forward to moving forward with the marketing materials so we can market as, the same message to our trade schools. I encourage our supplier members and management partners to reach out to their friends, family that are educators. And let's get those connections.
Go through that avenue.
Find out, who we need to talk to and get in front of the trades and just let them know, hey, there are so many opportunities in multifamily.
Yeah.
And those transferable skills will be
useful for sure.
Useful,
and you don't necessarily have to go straight into college right away, or maybe do a year or two just to appease yourself or someone else. If that's the case, for me, it was, making my mom happy, but, but yeah, definitely it's not as needed in multifamily. It's a bonus for sure. Right. It's a bonus, but you don't find every position qualification saying bachelor's degree needed.
Very true. Very true. And a lot of times you can come in, start in our industry and make significantly more than you would with, say, a bachelor's degree or even an associate's degree without college debt.
Yeah.
Don't get mad. I'm
Yeah,
not saying don't go to college,
yeah.
but there are opportunities for those who might not go to college.
Yeah, for sure.
Or have the ability to go to college, or even just, make a good living in the meantime, in between. Absolutely.
So think back to when you started in multifamily. What was some of the best advice or by someone that was given to you that was kind of like an aha moment within your career to take that next step?
Well, this is a two-part answer.
Okay.
First, I think it's kind of a no-brainer. Is just to do right by everybody all the time, and you can't go wrong. I think we should just do that anyway. But that was advice. You're, creating homes for people. You're helping them find their home to raise their children. I mean, the impact that we have on our community is huge.
Yeah.
And you don't even think about that coming into it.
Yeah.
I mean,
sure.
You might be, helping somebody out of a bad situation with their family, or they've lost their job. I mean, you never know.
And they had to relocate. Yeah, always.
And the impact that we can have on our community is huge.
Yeah.
Through our industry.
So what's the second answer to the?
Just get educated and stay educated.
Keep learning.
Keep learning. Because processes are changing weekly.
Yes, technology. Thanks to technology, for sure.
And get involved and stay involved. On the Product Service Council, I mean, it's our job to help new suppliers, I mean, even, existing suppliers navigate their way through the HAA and our association in general. And you can't do it alone unless you're, have superpowers that we don't know about. Lean on your friends. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Because the stronger our association and our industry is.
Yeah, sure.
The more, I mean, we're going to be.
We're stronger together,
solid,
for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that's, what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
I want to stay employed and see it continue on. So
the
stronger we are.
Definitely remembering the people that I reached out to better understand and get educated on the industry. It could be a whole other, there could be like a series of stories of podcasts on, the advice given or the direction, but it seems to be a pattern no matter what association you're in, that within multifamily, they all say, lean on another supplier, lean on somebody. If you're close to somebody on the management side, if you're a manager, like talk to your supervisors on how you can get more involved in your whatever you're passionate about, period. There's always something for everyone.
And support them.
Yeah.
Get a mentor. Your mentor, you might mentor or be a mentee
someone else
a week, a day.
Yeah.
Treat every conversation as if it's a mentoring opportunity.
There you go. Yeah, that's great advice for sure.
If they ask
think about it.
How many people have you mentored? Every conversation, hopefully, is some mentoring opportunity.
Sharing some advice. Absolutely. Sharing is caring, for sure. Yes.
It is.
Spreading your wisdom and advice. So what do you currently do for Liberty?
I am regional manager for the Liberty Group over Texas and Colorado.
Okay. So would you not say that multifamily is something that no matter what city or state you're in, there's always an opportunity?
Absolutely. I started with Liberty and I'm over the temporary division and we were in Houston and Dallas at the time. And I helped open the San Antonio branch, Austin branch, and that was 10 years ago.
Wow.
And now we are nationwide with the temporary division with 27 branches.
Wow.
So
there's opportunity everywhere in the United States.
Yeah. There are apartment communities everywhere nationwide, and wherever there are apartment communities, there will be positions available.
Absolutely. And or supplier services needed as well. It is definitely an industry that there's lots of opportunity that people need to start thinking about first instead of last. So that's one of the biggest reasons we are advocating and getting more people to share their stories about how they got started and continue to recruit, people into our industry. I try all the time, like, oh, you want to try something different? I did tell a friend of mine, go pull up where you live, and then within that radius, hit every single apartment community around wherever you live to go ask them for a job if they're hiring, because you never know. I mean, it's the easiest way to start, at a property level, if that's the case.
And, to bridge off of that, if you go to each apartment community in that area, ask them where they buy their carpet. Where do you buy your paint? Who does your carpentry work?
Okay, yeah. So you can take down names of other companies to go and apply for that in the industry.
And great
advice.
Supply in that area.
Yeah.
It might be an opportunity for
Absolutely.
you.
Asking, for sure. Asking the question, are you hiring, or are there any open positions, is something that I feel, because there is social media, that it can either be done in person or it can be put out onto social media. It is something that we all don't really think about, but I see it all the time. Somebody's looking for a position in this area, a property manager, they're looking for a sales rep here, all the time on social media, for sure. So it's no different than, but if you want to stay close to home, that is the easiest way, is just map a bunch of apartment communities around where you live.
Well, and doing temporary staffing, you have to have at least 6 months on site experience in that position.
Okay.
And we want to get you placed within a certain radius of your home.
Yeah.
If you're coming from a trade out of high school or a trade school, and you want to use a company like the Liberty Group as a bridge, I'm putting a challenge out to management companies that want to team up. If you're willing to hire these people that have those transferable skills, then we need to, kick it into gear and get people into our industry.
In that way.
Yeah.
It's definitely something that is needed, especially on the trade side. People that can, and I know several people in our industry have moved up from being a maintenance tech, a porter, top leasing person on site, to regional manager, to the, area directors, to the, heads of the companies. Yeah. Supervisors, you name it. They're like, the trajectory and the fast pace of advancement is something that is very common in our industry.
And it's a very family oriented industry.
Yeah.
And we want to see each other grow. So the opportunities to advance within your company are huge.
Yeah, for sure.
And what's really funny is to see a part-time leasing agent become the maintenance supervisor. It happens.
Yeah.
There are so many opportunities.
Absolutely. Well, I really appreciate you joining us today. Thank you, Laura, for joining me today and having this great talk about how there's so much room to grow in our industry. If anybody out there could use Laura's advice, please make sure you share this or comment. If people want to get a hold of you to ask more, how can they reach you, Laura?
They can reach me at lauraL@thelibertygroup.com. That is my email address.
Okay.
I am also on Facebook, of course.
And the LinkedIn.
Instagram, Snapchat. I check that every once in a while, but the email, LinkedIn, Facebook, whatever I can do to help you in your career
and connect.
We'll
connect with you.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you so much. And remember, until next week, this is ThatKimberly and Laura, and we are here with TAAEF and Industry Celebrities Collaboration Room to Grow podcast. And don't forget, sharing is caring. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.